little incremental steps going in the right direction. Go get Josh Hart, go get DiVincenzo, go get OG now. Like just small steps in the right direction, adding little pieces. Not pieces that are game changers, but pieces that are going to matter when we're trying to make a run at getting one of these stars. Like they're going to look at our roster and be like, all right, let me look at this roster, see what this roster looks like. Can we make a run at this thing with the guys, with the pieces that they have? So I like this OG thing. He's unlocked a lot of different things. He puts Thibodeau in a position to play Deuce McBride, which I love, like getting Deuce McBride in the rotation. We just extended him 3 years, $13 million. So I feel like we got to play him. He's been playing well. He always comes and plays defense, but he's looked confident in shooting the basketball. Like I like what he did the other night, coming in first quarter, hitting those 4 threes, didn't miss a 3-pointer, 12 points in the first quarter. Like that was that helped us, gain some momentum in that game. We beat the dog shit out of Philly, but that was a big reason why we started that game off red hot and really got them out of here quick. OG also unlocks Isaiah Hartenstein. He's opening up that floor and allowing, Isaiah Hartenstein to be like the anchor of this defense now. Who would have thought that Hartenstein was going to be the anchor, replacing Mitchell Robinson, blocking shots, rebounding basketball? I'm talking about 20 rebound games, right? Like he's playing out of his mind right now. And I think that's a big reason, I attribute that to OG being there, just giving us some life on the defensive end. Before OG got there, we weren't playing well defensively. We're like in the bottom half of defense. We can't stop nobody. We could score with the best of them, but we can't stop nobody. So I'm super excited about this OG deal. What it's done for us. It also gives us the clear-cut duo on this team, Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle. We don't really have to worry about if incorporating RJ Barrett into the offense. We do lose IQ, but we got a clear-cut 2 guys that we're gonna go to take us home every night. So shout out to the Knicks, man. We look good.
But real quick before Fabian go, Flea, great point. And I think what we losing quickly, we make up with Deuce, Hart, and DiVincenzo and Grimes. So, like I said, listen, man, those were some great points. I'm excited. Go ahead, Fabian. I'm sorry.
15 rebounds for Josh Hart the other night? Like completely in the glass up? Like, come on. Like,
that's who he is, though. Like, that's who Josh Hart. We need him to never think that he is a fast break starter. We need him to never think he is an option in a half court. We need him like
I have to stop. That's where we get a lot. I told you this the other night. I want him to give it up, right? Get it and give it up. But when we does that, the other night we had 23 fast break points, I think in the first half or something crazy shit like that. I like when he pushes the ball, but push it 3/4 court. Don't get into the paint. Once he gets into the paint up in the air, we don't know. So I feel I don't know what he's going to do with it.
I agree with everything you said until you said 3/4. Keep it 1/4. You got 2 dribbles, Josh. Give that shit up.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Stop. Yeah. Anything outside of that, I'm a defender. I know. Hold on. Let him have that ball for as long as possible. We're going to get you. That's just sports. So I think, to your point, that trade helps the balance of Josh Hart going, hold on, this is who I am. I'm the underdog that had to figure out who I was in the league. We talked about this the other day, Flea. I'm so athletic, but I can't score like KD. I can't, defend like, OG. But I figured out how to be this 6'5" rebounder, super rebounder. Let me get back to that, especially when it's possible, especially against the the Sixers or the Wizards he got 15 against?
Sixers.
The Sixers. And Embiid was looking slow. It's not Hartenstein. Can we stop with SGA is the biggest? SGA and Halliburton, not even. We didn't. Leon Rose didn't have a chance to draft SGA. That wasn't on him. They would have drafted him because he was a Kentucky guy.
I think it might have been Halliburton we missed out on.
So Halliburton is his biggest hiccup. So we got to stop with the can't develop under this thing anymore. And we got to start giving props. Isaiah Hartenstein, the only reason why I knew who he was because Dime said, yo, you're going to really like that guy. He's very smart. He passes really well. I'm like, oh, okay, you gave me your word. Let me see. And I start watching him. I've never been disappointed with him. Maybe at the beginning of last season, and even then it was a comfort thing. And Tom Thibodeau got in his ass, and then he even admitted it. And ever since then, it's been like, yo, this guy's tough. Top of the key, what Philly has Embiid doing now. Obviously, Embiid's a super version of what anything Hartenstein can do. Top of the key, Hartenstein passes that ball, bro. And what do we say against Philly? Flea, Hartenstein, unlike Josh Hart, I don't mind him with the ball because what did he do? Fake pass. Or you what do you say that? You sagged on me? I'm gonna go to the basket, try to do a little lefty layup. Whatever he's like, he just plays so smart. That pickup, along with OG, right now, like how big is that in terms of complimentary for your team, for an organization, bro? Not the superstar guys like we keep talking about. That like I can't like 20 rebounds, and then every time he has an opportunity, he goes and does that. Not just there 10 rebounds serviceable, and he has an attitude. Gets punched in the face. He's a hockey player out there, man. Like I like this dude. He's a New Yorker, bro. He looks clean, might get a nice little pretty boy haircut. But he gets dirty, man.
Black, y'all.
You know, to me, the
that's black, y'all.
Yeah, y'all both make great points, right? But the OG trade, y'all stupid. The OG trade, this is what the OG trade did that a lot of people isn't talking about. That's why I love our platform and I love y'all as my brothers. With the OG trade, remember what I told y'all? RJ Barrett and Quickly was taking away shots from Randall. And to me, Barrett isn't good enough to take away shots from players. So bringing in OG just opens up a whole nother can of worms. Now you could put Deuce on the floor. Now Grimes and DiVincenzo, as we saw, can now play the parts that they were made to play. Knock down shots. With Quickly there being, remember, borderline starter, it's hard to give those guys minutes or shots. With Barrett being so drafted high, we have to fit him in. So now with those guys not there, listen, now Randall could be more aggressive. He can get an extra 5 to 10 shots. So it makes our superstars for us happy on the court. So I think the OG trade was smart. And a lot of people is not, they downplaying this trade. This trade is one piece closer to us being championship contenders. It makes the Knicks sexy again. And it also makes a superstar or any other player at that level go, if I go over there, I'm still going to get my shots. Because OG ain't even like that.
That's what I'm saying. He's not a high maintenance dude. He's not looking for shots. He's not going to be taking 10 to 15 shots a game to be effective. This dude might score 10 points just off of cutting to the basket. Just cutting to the basket, being open. I'm going to get 10 points, but I'm going to work my ass off on the defensive end. Like that is something that you know you can't. It's hard to find guys that want to do that. Right. We can name guys on maybe two hands, you know, that have no problem being in the game, going and getting stops. So I
gotta disagree with the IQ was taking shots away, because if it was possible to trade RJ Barrett and let's say a first round draft pick or even 2 first round draft picks, let's just say to keep IQ on the bench right now, and you add OG, that's a different dynamic, because now you don't have to worry about somebody handling the ball and coming off the bench. Like we're looking for that right now, and I think IQ, I don't want to underrate that at all. Like I miss him to death, bro. Because if we had him, damn, like I know we're 4-0, but a lineup with OG, IQ who D's up, DiVincenzo who D's up, Hart who D's up. We see what happened. Remember what I said about Barrett? I know for a fact I gave him a chance because he played a lot with the second unit and I wasn't impressed. Randall, we see your flaws when you play with that second unit. It's your chance to play with the second unit and go crazy, and you don't go crazy. So we need that bench guy or somebody to play with that second unit to overcome what IQ gave us, bro. I think that is going to be a major factor, especially in that third quarter we saw off Lee against Philly, where they were kind of stagnant and we didn't see that other guy break. Now, Deuce McBride, I'm saying I would love to see that more often, but it's not proven.
No,
and we saw against the Wizards.
No, but hold on, cut you off. Sorry, that Philly game, that third quarter, that was Tibbs' fault. For one, Deuce was on fire. I don't even think he played them the whole second quarter. And then in the third quarter, he wasn't even in the game when we was going through that stretch where we couldn't do nothing. And they kept trying to feed Randall the ball to get going because he never got it going. And it's like, yo, what are you doing? So to me, this is where coaching has to play a major part. You go ahead, Flea.
No, I was just gonna say that the IQ thing is a little tricky because he was so good coming off the bench that you knew that he was a starting level caliber player. Like you knew that he could be the guy starting on your team if you didn't have Jalen Brunson, right? If you didn't have Brunson, we'd have to go with IQ as our starting point guard. I think we'd be stupid not to, right? So it's like, as you're watching him develop as a coach, from a coach's perspective, you're watching him develop. You know that you got a star level player that starts, like, right? We didn't have like no shade, but we don't have a Tyus Jones starting for us, and IQ's playing behind him. No, we got a guy that is proving himself and is on the cusp of becoming an all-star level player, starting for us, and IQ's playing behind him. So it's almost like we had to do something for the betterment of us and for IQ. We're almost looking out for him, putting him in that deal, because now he's in Toronto. He's a starter. He's gonna get up. He's gonna get the minutes that he deserves. He's gonna hit the shots that he deserves. He's gonna be the head of the snake over there in Toronto. So I think it's almost perfect for both parties, because now we get a guy coming off the bench that is cheaper because we was gonna have to pay IQ. We just gave Deuce McBride 3 for 13, so a lot cheaper. A guy that's invested in playing defense, because you're still going to need that coming off the bench.
Right.
And he showed you that he can get hot. I don't know how often that's going to happen, but he needs to start putting, just stacking the days together, just becoming more and more confident. We didn't know who IQ was. The average fan didn't know who IQ was coming out of Kentucky, and now he's a Garden favorite. Deuce McBride, Deuce let loose, whatever the fuck they were saying, right? Like, he's gonna start becoming a fan favorite,
right,
when he sees the floor more and more. So this is I think this works out for us, in the long run.
Yeah.
All right.
Big shout out to Taj Gibson, man. I know they let him go today. But big shout out to Taj, man. Came in as a professional. Did what he had to do. They said we let him go because now that even that roster spot opens up for guys that want to come through. But big shout out Taj Gibson, Brooklyn in the building.
Knicks, give him a front office job. Give him some. He needs to be working for the organization.
Yeah,
it's funny because I heard that Tibbs say he's going to give Taj Gibson a coaching spot as soon as he was cut, and as soon as right after I heard that, I heard he was cut. So I haven't heard him confirmed to be with on the Knicks bench yet as a coach on the coaching staff, but probably get there soon. I wanted to touch on this. Knicks 4-0 with ever since OG Anunoby, and we are 8th in offensive rating and 2nd in defensive rating in that time. So we're doing great, and OG really did change things, balance things out, put everybody in their proper place. And you could tell we excited over here, man.
Yeah,
we excited. Before we go to the next topic, I just want to say, remember, my opinion, moving RJ and Barrett, it gives Randall and Brunson more opportunity, more field goals, more shots. And I'm just saying, look what they've been doing. I'm not saying they could keep this pace up for the whole season, but these guys give you 30 plus. So, like I said, if they can become a legit 1-2 punch, listen, man, they're going to have to deal with us, Flea. Listen, people can make fun all they want.
Yeah.
They're going to have to deal with us, man.
Somebody... Go ahead, Fabian.
Nah.
No, somebody hit me on the side that watches our show. And the pause, that was crazy. And they said I ain't want to say nothing to you, Flea, but Knicks are one of the teams to beat in the Eastern Conference. Like, they're gonna be one of them teams that is gonna pose certain threats to teams that you think are just gonna walk through the Eastern Conference, like a Milwaukee, like I was talking about, like a Philly, right? Like, we played Philly really tough the other night. And
Thanks for bringing that back up, Flea.
And Julius
We
Randle
didn't stress that enough. I'm sorry.
Julius Randle did not play well, meaning he did not shoot the ball well, right? And we thumped them. Like, not beat them. We thumped them by almost 40 at their crib. At their crib, with Embiid going for 30 and 10, for Tyrese Maxey going for 28. Like, their stars played well, and we thumped them at their crib. So that just goes to show, when we lock in, right? When we lock in on defense, when we take advantage of fast break points, when we get points off of turnovers, right? When we turning teams over and getting points on turnovers. And the other big thing too is what's going on right now. I don't know if we're going to be able to sustain it, but we're shooting the 3-ball like no other right now. We are shooting the basketball really, really well right now. Check it, Fabian.
No, I will. I wanted to ask you, because when you're hot, you're hot. But come on now, OG and that we talked about that left corner. Even Clyde Frazier said that's his spot. Yeah. That's his spot. He was hyped. That's his spot. Yeah. Left corner. That changes everything, because he looks like he's 7 feet when he's shooting the ball, but he's 6'8" or 6'9", whatever he is. That opens things up. Like, Randle is allowed to be Randle. Randle also said after the game in the offseason, he watched himself on tape. He was like, yo, I was shooting too many threes, man. I don't know why I got to take advantage of my body, what God gave me. What the hell have I been saying the last 3 years? I couldn't believe he said that. I said, you've been watching the show, man. Julius, Mrs. Randle, I know y'all watching. I'm sorry for all the criticism and everything, but I had to do it to you, because now you sound like me, and I appreciate everything. Not that I'm egotistical or anything like that. Whatever. The point is, that's the second pair of superstars we did that to, Flea. I'm glad you brought that up, because Embiid and Maxey had superstar numbers, but boy, didn't it not matter, and it didn't feel like they had 30. Just like Ant-Man when he came here the first time. That's how it felt like, yo, he had 30? It didn't look like it. That's the OG effect, man.
We shutting the water off on everybody else. Everybody else getting off, and we shutting everybody else water off. Exactly. Like, you know what I'm saying? I love it. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm sorry, Flea. Only dudes that played ball, I can't lie. This is the difference between, you could tell I ain't playing no damn high level. Y'all be having the illest how you say that?
The phrases,
metaphors. Hell yeah. I forgot you said the layup. What you ever think about the layup? Oh my God, you shut that water off. Oh, yo, that's crazy.
Oh, you know what he let us say when he sat him in the chair?
Yo.
You see OG is doing it, bro. That boy,
I love it.
Yo, man,
I love it.
I don't care. And we ain't looking no comments yet. And I'm sure they probably killing us for how much we are loving. Because I'm looking at guys, right? I'm looking at guys, around in the space that we're in. You know what I'm saying? The space, this independent space, this sports media, this basketball media space. And everybody is stressing the fact that now we're going to have to be in a position to overpay OG. Nothing about that dude screams ego to me. Right. Like, nothing about him screams ego. Yes, he's going to want to get paid. I get that. He's a professional, an NBA player, he's a professional. He's going to want to get the money he's earned. But what I'm saying is, I don't look at this dude, see how he plays on the basketball court, see how he's embraced by his teammates, all of that kind of. I'm talking about, we played Chicago the other night, and DeRozan is gushing over this dude, right? Like, just fawning over this dude after the game. I'm looking like, God damn, like, so he's well liked, around the league through his peers and shit like that. I do sure of being able to have flexibility and play other guys. So I don't want to, I just wanted to say that, because that's the running narrative right now for people that's downplaying this move, is that, okay, now you're going to have to overpay a 3-and-D guy. And I think he's a little more than just a 3-and-D guy.
Good point. Before we go to the next topic, I'm going to just say this. That hug between Embiid and Brunson.
What did I say? I said something to you live, baby. Go ahead, too. I said he said something in his ear.
All I'm going to say is this. Last season, I was on live with Matt Guard, right? And he called me on the side. Big shout out Matt Guard, because he have a lot of insight, right? And I said, Matt Guard, Embiid want to come to New York. You know what he said? How you know that? Because Embiid the guys that represent him is my man. And I said, bruh. And the reason why they were saying he didn't want to come, the rumor is because of Tom Thibodeau, right? But now he may be changing his mind. But all I'm going to say is this. That hug for a regular season game, yeah, okay. Hey, Flea, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
If you telling me guys ain't looking at that guard, at that blue and orange and going, I can play here 41 times?
I'm telling you.